So in the last episode of The Bad Batch, we saw how Palpatine very meticulously and manipulatively turned the galaxy on the clone troopers, essentially by saying Rampart was the one responsible for blowing up Tipoca City on Kamino, and he was very shaken to see that the clone troopers would follow such an order and do such an atrocious act to their own people. So what could they do to people that weren't their own, such as the rest of the galaxy? And so this way he shook a lot of the trust the galaxy had in the clones, just like he did with the Jedi during Order 66. If you didn't know, Palpatine actually, during the Senate, was able to manipulate people into thinking the Jedi had betrayed them and gone rogue and just started killing them, including himself, which is why he says his face is now scarred and deformed. So with his ability to manipulate the public into thinking the clones were now outdated and not to be trusted, and to make them feel unsafe, I think the Empire may try and wipe out the clone troopers. This could be like a reverse Order 66, and he could just get them out of there by having the public be okay with just eliminating them, deeming them as a public hazard. And this would allow the galaxy to kind of see them as these beings that just shouldn't be around. And this would cause the galaxy to hate the clones and to no longer want them to exist. Now, in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, we did see a 501st clone trooper begging for some credits, which means that the Empire isn't supporting them anymore, and this is the road to that clone trooper's life, which is going to be all of the clone troopers going forwards, unless they're killed. This could literally be a reverse Order 66, where everyone just turns on the clones, or Palpatine has a order that he will issue to every single clone trooper, which could have their inhibitor chip potentially kill them. I mean, if he can issue Order 66, which makes all the clones turn on the Jedi, which they had been loyal to for years, at the drop of a hat, then if he issued something like Order 27 or something like that, then he could essentially sever their brainstem from the rest of their body, or maybe cause an electric surge in their brain that would just kill them. And I'm thinking that maybe some of the clones who have their inhibitor chip a little bit dull, or not working as well as others, which is why they're now questioning Order 66, would possibly save their lives. Either way, I don't think Order 66 is going to continue the way that it is with the clone troopers. Rather, Vader will probably be the only one carrying it out. And maybe even the new stormtroopers, which are just recruits. Now, the reason Palpatine wants stormtroopers and not clone troopers, for one of the reasons, in Legends at least, is because he wanted a sheer vast number of a bigger army compared to the clone troopers. If you have enlistees from all over the galaxy, even if they're not trained very well, they're kind of like security guards. They're just there to sort of relay information, and they're equipped with blasters, so no one's really going to mess with them all that much anyways, at least not the general population. And if a bigger force comes in to threaten them, then of course Vader or Dark Troopers or something could come in there, or Death Troopers, I should say, to handle the situation. So I'm thinking the next move here is that Palpatine will want to eliminate the clone troopers, and the first way of doing that is to have the people turn on them and distrust them, making them feel unsafe with the clone troopers alive and around. So Palpatine will then be able to do what he wants to do as people turn a blind eye or accept it. This could be in the form of an order, it could be in the form of military power, where maybe he has now droids coming in and fighting again, this time causing an entire little clone war once more. But I think Palpatine's way around this is to issue an order in their minds, and he probably had this done, which would just deactivate all clones, essentially killing them, except for the ones that had buggy chips. Let me know what you guys think about this. Do you think we'll get a reverse Order 66 in the Bad Batch? I think that could be pretty interesting to see. Thanks for watching today's theory video. I hope you'll check me out in the next one, and until then, remember, my fellow Jedi and Sith friends, the Force will be with you, always.